I know I talk about a lot of the usual suspects when it comes to I wouldn't consider Skybound indie per se, like at the same indie level as some other companies, but they are indie. They're not, one of the big publishers, but they're look, anything, and I've said this and I will continue to say it every time his name comes up. Anything with Kirkman's name attached to it is doing numbers and doing big things. The dude, no matter what you think about him, whether you like Walking Dead, Invincible, or any of those things, Kirkman does numbers. The dude has become a powerhouse. Anyway, when I saw this book right here, Blood and Thunder, I'd never seen it before. I know nothing about the book. I looked up some of the panels and I was like, oh, I think I like this book. And my art taste when it comes to comic books is very unique. Not unique in the sense that I like things that other people don't like. I mean, I have a lot of art interests that, many people have as far as interests, but there are things I'm not typically one for stylized art. So I thought, here's what I realized. I read a comic book. Well, there's a bunch of comic books I've read with stylized art, but there was one particularly. I'm trying to remember the name of the series. I reviewed it on this channel, and it was drawn as a Batman series drawn by Jock, written and drawn by Jock, Scottish artist, and very stylized. And his art style is not as detail driven, but is more light and shading driven, which it really lent to the darkness of Gotham City. It brought out the character of Gotham City. And I realized the art just has to be good. Even if it's a style I'm not typically used to, if it's good, I'll enjoy it. And I think the art that I've seen so far from this comic book right here, Blood and Thunder, I'm like, okay. And it's such a unique concept, something that is I wouldn't say outside the norm. This is an article from First Comics News, and the title of the article is First Look: The Bounty Hunter Becomes the Hunted in Blood and Thunder #7 from Benito Cereno and EJ Sue Imsasic and Robert Kirkman. Now, I looked up some of the panels from this book. I enjoyed what I saw, and I said, okay, I'm going to have to go get some back issues. And again, something I've said before, and I'll keep repeating every time his name comes up. If it's a Robert Kirkman book, attached book, something with his name on it, you better hope those back issues are not gone by the time you get to them, because the dude does numbers. Today, Skybound Image Comics revealed interior pages and lineup of variant covers for Blood and Thunder 7th issue from the powerhouse team of writer Benito Cereno. Invincible presents Adam and Eve, artist EJ Sue Tech Jacket, colorist Imsasic Gotham Academy, letterer Ross Wooten Transformers, and co-creator Robert Kirkman Invincible, Walking Dead, Void Rivals. The first chapter of this thrilling new arc will kick off with a bang in comic book shops on November 12th, 2025. Seems like there's a lot of comic books around the November, December timeframe that are slated to be pretty big deals. After shocking revelations in the last issue, Blood finds herself relentlessly hunted by her enemies. Also, in this issue, meet the unforgettable Ooh La La. Now, when I saw that, I said, okay, it seems like somebody's making a play for meme culture. Like they know how memes work. These guys, they're not blind to this. So I think they probably realize, oh, this will make some good viral moments, which will draw more attention to the comic book. And again, I like the fact that the comic book medium, and it's done this since its inception many moons ago, gives people a visual representation of what we used to only get in written form. And I love written form. Your imagination runs wild. The scenes that you create in your mind can't be matched in cinema, in my humble opinion. Now, there are a lot of directors and producers that manage to really do a good job conveying the things that are only perceived by the mind in cinema format. And it really takes some talent and skill to be able to do that and not break the bank at the same time. But yeah, this book and the futuristic sci-fi bounty hunter intergalactic element, I like it. I might have to pick this up. Blood literally kicked the door down and started sprinting in issue number 1, said senior editor Nachi Marsham. This second, or maybe Nashe Marsham, this second arc shakes up the people we've met and the places we've been, while giving Blood problems that even Thunder can't shoot his way through. And EJ and Imsasic are lighting up the page every month with their art. Now, I wonder, and somebody in the comments might be able to tell me. I don't really keep up with what goes on behind the scenes like a lot of people do. I wonder how much say Kirkman has in the different artists, letterers, writers, colorists, inkers, all of that. I wonder how much say he has in who they bring on, because it seems like at Skybound, this is really curated, and it really does seem like talent is at the top of their list when looking for someone. Now, you would think that would be obvious, right? But in today's landscape, it's not so obvious. Let's see. Blood and Thunder is a high-octane sci-fi action epic set in the far future. Earth has integrated alien species into society, but this new order has brought new kinds of laws, crimes, and dangers. The story follows bounty hunter Akeldama Bledsoe and her cantankerous talking gun. Now, when I first saw that, I said, talking gun, this is crazy. But the thing is, there's so many things in comic books that are nuts that we just get so used to, and it becomes the norm. And this is why I love comic books. It's things that you would have never thought of probably in cinema format without showing up in a comic book first, right? Like when you think about Guardians of the Galaxy and a talking raccoon, like what if you pitch that to someone, just like say that Guardians of the Galaxy never existed, and you pitch to someone a movie with a talking raccoon, now as a comedy it probably would work, and Guardians of the Galaxy is comedic. But I think you'd probably be laughed out of the room. People would be like, bro, what? But comic books have this ability to put something in the comic book that you would have never seriously considered. And then you look at it, you're like, no, I'll accept this. This will work. Thunder, two of the galaxy's best at tracking down the worst criminals. So intergalactic bounty hunters. And I like that. I like that whole thing. This is the kind of thing that I could see going for a while and then being picked up for. Now, here's a thought. I know my mind is going all over the place. I could see this being picked up for something in cinema, but here's a thought. I'm not saying cartoons are dead, so don't take this that way. But I think there are some dope comic books that can really revitalize cartoons. Like, cartoons are not dead, but I don't know if they are what they once were. And I think something like this, like we need to bring back, which I don't know how you do with streaming. Well, I guess you can release it on Saturdays. We need to bring back Saturday morning cartoons. I love Saturday morning cartoons. That was a whole nother tangent. In addition to the main cover by EJ Sue and M. Sasic, The lineup of variant covers for Blood and Thunder #7 also include an open to order cover by Kerry Randolph and Emilio Lopez, 1/10, incentive variant cover by Hanning at 1 1/4, incentive variant cover by Eric Henderson at 1.5, incentive variant cover by Karen Darbo, and blank sketch cover. Blood and Thunder #7 lunar codes listed below, SRP $3.99, will be available at comic book shops and digital platforms including Amazon, Kindle, Apple Books. I forget about Apple Books sometime. I used to use it a lot more. As a matter of fact, I think I got a few books I bought on Apple Books that I still haven't finished reading. I need to get to that. Google Play on Wednesday and on Wednesday, November 12th, 2025. And here's the full list of covers, and then they show them. I like this cover by E.J. Su and M. Sasek. That's a nice cover. I like the way, and the Image does this a lot, where they will do a cover and do this thing where certain aspects of a character almost look 3D, like the hair on Blood looks kind of 3D, like it's popping out of the page or off of the cover. I like the way they do that. And this one is Kerry Randolph and Emilio Lopez. That's a good cover, good action pose. I like the colors on this one right here by Hanning. I like the colors. It looks the way the colors are, it pops off of the cover. Like the image pops off of the cover. I love covers like that. A lot of different options. And this one is Erica Henderson, and she's shooting at some kind of crab monster thing. No idea what that is. And just a face cover of her with her face, Karen S. Darbo. I like that one with the hair flowing. Oh, an Image. I just realized that images inside the hair. Okay. And this is the blind sketch cover, or the blank sketch cover. All right. And then this one, and I saw this one first when I was pulling up the article, and I was like, yo, is that Shaft from Youngblood? I thought I was bugging, but it says Cover G Youngblood Team Up cover by E.J. Su and D. Kniff. I think that's how you say that. And it shows some interior panels, obviously, like I said. Quality art. I can dig it. These guys at Skybound, they really know what they're doing. And this is why I say I am not down in the dumps on modern comic books. Though the big two might not necessarily be giving us what we want from some of our favorite heroes, but that doesn't mean there aren't new and exciting things going on in comic books. And even though Blood and Thunder is not brand new, it's new to me, and it's only 7 issues in, so it's fairly new, and it looks to be pretty interesting.